I'm Alex Pellegrini and this is Andy Brown, and we're with the Farmland Raptor Program with the Maryland Bird Conservation Partnership. We're working to reverse the decline in population for American barn owls and American kestrels, the breeding population. These two species are cavity nesters, so what we can do is we can increase the availability of nest sites for them through installing and building these nest boxes.
American barn owl and American kestrel are listed by the state of Maryland as species of greatest conservation need. Their numbers have declined, their breeding population has declined in the case of American barn owl by nearly 80% over the last 30 years, and American kestrel by 55% in that same time period. So this is a nest box design that we prefer as a 9.5-inch square floor. It has about a 11-inch depth inside of the cavity. This is the deeper box helps protect against predation from raccoons. A raccoon might climb the pole, sit on top of the box and try to reach around and get the chicks or the eggs from the inside, but because it is so deep, he can't reach them. We'll mark down here, no glue. This is a template or a model nest box that we use for training and use for to teach people how to put the boxes together. So we glue all of the parts together with a waterproof exterior glue, something along the lines of Tight Bond green label, and this provides waterproofing and makes the box last longer. So we don't glue the top, any of the joints along the top, and we do not glue any of the joints in the floor. This enables us to remove the floor for cleaning purposes after the nesting season is over. You just back off, really only back off one screw in the front, and the floor will tip, and you can just scrape everything out from inside and then put it back together with one screw. That means you do not want to put a screw in the back of the box as marked on the template.
When you're checking the box, you just want to take this one top screw out, like so, hold on to it, and then you don't even need to take this all the way off. You can just slide it to the side and stick it right there, and then reach in the box or look in the box.
I am getting ready to drill holes in the bottom of the box that will provide drainage for when rain happens to get in. As the baby birds grow, their feathers come out of the skin and they're surrounded in a cornified sheath. And that sheath kind of flakes apart, almost like dandruff, and it will fill the inside of the box. So these drain holes allow some of that material to get out and have less attraction to predators. So we either cut the corners of the bottom here or drill holes in each corner.
So today we're using pre-cut pieces here, and the plans and dimensions for each piece are available on marylandbirds.org/farmland-raptors.
The parts of the box include the back, the front, the two sides, the roof, and the floor. The small cleat that runs in the top of the box for which to screw the lid down on. You'll notice that the roof has a beveled edge cut so that it will fit snugly up against the back of the nest box. In order to assemble the box, you'll need weatherproof glue, tape measure, pencil and marker, 1 5/8" coated deck screws, the 3-inch hole saw for drilling the entrance hole, a cordless drill with a small bit, and a driver for your screws. We use this little jig to hold the parts of the sides of the nest box sturdy, because if we didn't use them, it would be difficult to manage left and right while trying to drill. So this little jig was designed to hold those sides in place and now we can attach. Today we're using 1-inch pine, rough cut pine, that was donated to the program, but also 3/4 inch plywood is a good material to use for the Kestrel box. So the first step will be to go ahead and mark off our pre-drill spots on the back of the board. Read those off to me. Yeah. So we've got 4.5 inches down for the roof.
And then 7 inches down for the first screw. 10 1/4, 14, 18, and 22. And then repeat this on the opposite side. 22.
It's essentially every 4 inches. Now we're going to pre-drill these holes so that the screws don't split the board. This line at the top we want to place even with the tops of the sides. So we'll start with one at a time, and yeah.
So the bottom is not flush.
The bottom is not flush with these edges.
No, it overhangs.
Yes.
Yeah, so that we can screw into the post or side of the barn or pole.
Before you put any screws in from the back into the side, you want to place a line of wood glue along this edge. And then line it up with that line right there. It's not.
Good?
Yeah, it's good.
You want to be able to drive your screws in so that the heads are countersunk.
What does countersunk mean?
Not flush with the surface of the back. They're indented. Some people might stop there, and you can see how it's kind of set up above the surface of the wood. We want to try to get it a little bit deeper.
Is this a two-person job or
No, that's why we use the jig, because it makes it a lot easier for one person to do it by themselves. The next step is installing the floor. And as mentioned before, this is one that we don't glue, so that we'll be able to remove the floor in order to clean and then reinstall.
Okay, so what happened here is that when we checked to see if the front was the correct size, we realized that this bottom piece here,
The floors.
would leave some room between the sides and the bottom of the front piece.
a gap?
A gap, but not the top of the front piece. And we don't want that. We would like the front to be flush with the sides here. So Andy's going to cut along this line to make sure that it fits much better. Okay.
Not cool.
There we go.
All right.
It's perfect.
Good.
Want me to hold it?
Sure.
If you have an extra set of hands, it can be helpful for someone to hold this piece for you, but it's not absolutely necessary.
So when installing the front, you want to leave about an inch below the roof to allow for ventilation inside. What are our measurements there on our box?
So again, you're going to want to mark off holes at 2, 6, 10, and 14. And then repeat on the opposite side.
In terms of the drill bit that you're using, is it related to the size of the screw?
Screw that, yep.
Okay. I see. So there you go.
Put a little dab of glue on this one. I like to put 2 screws in here on each side so that it prevents the cleat from pivoting. Ideally, the cleat should run all the way to the edge of the inside, but unfortunately this one was cut a little bit short, but it'll still work just as well. There she is. The next step is to install the lid.
And the beveled edge goes up against the back.
Against the back, that's correct. And this little cleat here holds the lid in place so that it can't come out. If it wasn't there, it would do this. Next step will then be to drill the hole in the roof so that we can attach the screw.
Just one.
Just one.
You want to make sure that you're drilling into the cleat, which we installed inside of the box, so that the roof can attach to that.
So you line up, come across into the center. Last step is to drill the entrance hole. Next, this is a 3-inch hole saw. Fits into your drill just like a regular drill bit. If you turn it the right way. So we're going to measure 2 inches down. That'll be the top of the hole, so it'll be 3.5 to the center, right? And then 6 inches there.
You want to put that on the ground?
Yes. And you want to make sure you have good, strong battery. I kind of rotate the bit a little bit while I'm drilling it in this kind of motion, and that helps to not bind. There we go.
Right.
And the box is now complete.
Yay!
You want to paint this with an exterior grade enamel paint that will help protect the wood against the weather. The color should be something light colored, because of dark paints will cause the box to heat up too much and could cause overheating of the chicks. Put about an inch, inch or two of pine shavings in the bottom, or washed gravel works really well. Washed gravel is good. The Kestrel seem to like that, but either substrate will suffice. And then it attaches to a pole by a screw in the top and screws in the bottom.